Hi, welcome from Australia. Today I thought I'd just do a little quick update. There's been so much happening around the globe. I thought it'd just be really good to come on and just see what messages the guides have. I've just got a few minutes before I do school drop off, so I thought I'll just quickly pop on and we'll just sort of see what energies and what channels through from the guides. So I'm just going to close my eyes and we'll just get started. Now, I really feel that people are in a real conundrum. So this is it's giving me that really breathless chest. So it's that feeling of what do we do moving forward? So I feel like there's a lot of people now out there that are very undecided about their next move. So it's that sort of move on the chessboard. If I make this move, I have to continue down that road and I'm going to lose the game. But if I make this move, I stay in my power and strength. So it's almost showing me like the chessboard. And I really believe this is around people who have been vaccinated and who have had the jab. I feel like they've got big decisions to make. I know for anyone who's kind of unjabbed or in that category, they've kind of made their stance, they've made their message clear that they're not going. So it's almost like we're being sort of pushed aside and we're kind of being left alone. And now there's a lot of focus on the double jabbed, that they need to push the booster. I know here in Australia we're getting a lot of this push on the booster. And now, again, as predicted, they're talking about the green passes and that you will need your third booster shot to be on your green pass. And I really believe this is going to be the pivotal turning point that is going to start to really wake people up. And they're in that conundrum. That's what I'm getting. They're kind of like, oh my gosh, if I give in, I can see where this is heading now. And they're starting to question. They're starting to go, is this about the virus? Is it not about the virus? Do I keep going down that path? Do I not go down that path? So this is definitely where a lot of the energy and focus is going at the moment. And it's still creating these, like I said, the separations in society, because nobody wants to be different. People don't want to be vilified, as a lot of us have already experienced that. We know what that feels like and they've seen that happen. So a lot of people don't want that to happen to them. So now they've got decisions that they have to make, and they're absolutely huge. And this is happening all around the globe. People are in a lot of turmoil. There's still people who are just riding that wave and going along, and that's fine. That's their choice to make. No one's judging that. I myself, I don't have any problems with anyone who wants to not get the jab, get the jab. It's a personal decision, but I do believe that mandates and these kind of things are definitely not a positive thing in our societies moving forward, because it's taking away a lot of that control and there's no valid reason for it. It's not making any logical sense, as we know. As well. So I'm definitely getting that these people are in a real conundrum now, and they've got to start to make their choices. So it's almost like it's their turn to make their choice. So it's like we're all being given a turn to make our choices of what direction that we want to go in. So that's definitely coming up. There's definitely a lot of choices that are having to be made. And this is still right around the globe. Gosh, I just watched a video and Denmark has dropped all its restrictions, all the passes. It's stopped everything, which is kind of very bizarre. When apparently there's still a pandemic going around, you do have to question a lot of things. So there's a lot of confusing information, very confusing information, I would say. And people just want to know now, like, well, what is really going on here, and sort of what are the truths? So there's definitely a lot of these questions going on. I watched also a video this morning, and they were talking about how now that Omicron's gone, the World Health Organization was actually talking about it could be the end game, which I personally thought was a very strange terminology, that you would call it a game or anything to do with a game, because isn't a serious virus like very scary, and it's not really like a game. So I thought that was very odd too. And they were actually saying how some countries like Africa and have had very good results, and that it's the good immunity. But I know that Africa apparently did use ivermectin packs And so a lot of this, so there's a lot going on around the globe, and that's why I just wanted to get on and do this video, because there's a lot of, as usual, confusing and conflicting information. I'll just I'll just see what else comes through, but definitely a lot of people in this conundrum, and that's a very strong message that I'm getting at the moment. I'm getting that Chile is trying to rectify something. There's something going on in Chile. It's like a nation of very diplomatic people, but the rising is actually happening in Chile as well. I feel like that's certainly, there's a lot of activity going on in Chile at the moment, and it's causing a lot of discord. Definitely getting Chile. I was still getting Canada. Canada has really dug the heels in, so I'm kind of getting like it's showing me like almost like cowboy boots, really, that have dug into the dirt. So the heels have dug in, and they're holding really strong, and they can't be shifted. So this is really almost like I feel this is going to be cemented into history. Like I said, they dug their heels in, and these people who are protesting and standing up for freedoms for everybody around the globe, it's not just for Canada, they're representing and giving and inspiring people around the globe. So I'm definitely getting that this is going to be, this moment is very pivotal, and it's going to be cemented into history. So like I said, shout out to the truckers, because they're doing an amazing job. Like I said, they're really inspiring people, and they're getting other people really motivated to stand up and not be so fearful, because it's that coming together, and that's something I talk about a lot. Really important that we all unite moving forward, unless we want to live another 2 years of lockdowns and being dictated to. Things have to change. I get the global economy again. Things have to collapse. Things can't stay like this. These costs that every country has been spending has to be returned somehow, and I really believe it's the people that are going to pay the price for all of these things now. We're still spending money here left, right and centre on antigen tests and this and that, PCRs, and I'm sure you guys are out there as well, and that money has to be recuperated, and I think people haven't seen that big picture. I do believe that the global economy will still crash this year. I feel like there has to be big changes because, like I said, someone's making a lot of big money out of this, and it ain't the little people. So that's something to just be aware of if you're, wanting to purchase houses and do this kind of thing. Just weigh it up and really put a lot of thought into it, and don't borrow more than you can sort of afford to pay off, because I feel like interest rates and things like that might really start to make a shift. And obviously they're talking already about the cost of fuel, and I mean the cost of cars is going up. There's so many things that are going to start to rise, but of course wages don't go up. So yes, that's always the challenge. They're showing me like the classified ads. So it's almost like the classified ads in the papers. I don't know what you call them over in where you guys are living, but it's the job advertisements in the papers and like online. There is going to be masses of jobs being advertised. I still feel like so many industries are really struggling getting staff. And it's not just going to be hospitality and these kind of sectors anymore. I feel like it's definitely going to be a lot around the hospitals, the people who have been mandated. They're not going to want to come back because they feel like if that they've done it once, they could do it again. So that creates that little bit of also job insecurity as well, because they don't feel like they're going to be good positions moving forward, because at any moment, if you get another variant, are they going to mandate us? So this is how people think. So that's something they didn't really plan and think ahead to, is that people are wanting that job security. So I feel like there are going to be a lot of positions getting advertised, and there's going to be a lot of businesses that are going to struggle still moving forward after these pandemics to get staff. That's going to be a huge problem in a lot of areas, not just hospitality, which we found in Australia here, like all the coffee shops and restaurants just can't get people, and also because we haven't got the travellers around anymore to do these kind of part-time jobs. So I believe it's going to be a lot of the health areas and things as well that are going to really struggle with getting that staffing up. It's going to be a huge problem moving forward. The fundamental thing is going to be to flick the switch. So there's kind of showing me like the things we came with at birth, we need to get back to again. So we're needing to get back to a simplified life. We need to have laughter. We need to have hope. We need to have hugs. So it's kind of like, let's get back to those basic necessities, they're sort of saying, of life that we all need to have implemented back into our life. Detachment, sadness, fear, all these things are almost the opposite of what we were born with. It's like through life we've sort of been almost damaged, and now we've been taken to a place that we don't even kind of recognize ourselves. So the big message that they're giving me is to try and get back to this simplified state and way of being, because that is how you uplift your spirit, you uplift your soul, and you make yourself healthy and whole again. So that's definitely the message, is to just simplify your life and start to move yourself forward. And I'd say that all the time. I know in a lot of my videos I talk about detaching from dramas and detaching from some of that outside world, because there's been a lot of talk about the mass psychosis, which I think a lot of us have experienced, seeing that around us at times lately. And I do believe that is a thing. It's so bizarre, because there's sometimes no logic in some of these things that people are arguing and sort of having conversations about. It's like, but that doesn't even make sense. So as we know, like, a lot of people have been vilified for things that just have no logic in them. And that's an issue that I have. But I do believe that we're being fed a lot of information that's actually not actually truth. So you have to also detach from watching a lot of the media, watching TV, just believing everything that you hear. You've got to kind of go into your own research too and make a lot of your own judgment calls. And I think the biggest message that I'm getting from the guides now is that you have to listen to your intuition and go with your gut feelings, because very rarely does your body give you misinformation. It's usually pretty honest. You think about it in the past, if you've got a vibe of somebody or you've sensed something wasn't going to go right, it's usually telling you something very deeply inside, and it's usually pretty honest. So just listen to those gut feelings and any hits you might be getting or messages that you're receiving as well, because that'll keep you on your path as well and help you to stay really strong. So look, thanks for watching. I love hearing from you guys below. Please keep writing to me. I love sharing our comments and all. It's nice to know there's other people out there who are experiencing some of the things that we are. Keep really strong wherever you are. Dig those heels in, like I said. Hit those like buttons, because we can keep these messages going around. And I'll see you in that next video. Have a great day. Bye.